Hello and welcome to Kitchen Secrets with Surbhy. In today's episode, I'll be teaching you how to make apple brown Betty. It's a classic American dessert which is made using apples and breadcrumbs. And it's a very beautiful combination of the soft apples cooked in cinnamon and a little bit of butter, sugar and lemon juice, and then they're coated with a crunchy breadcrumb topping. Start by introducing these ingredients. So first we need these apples. They have been in the house for some time and have lost a bit of crispness, so I thought I might use them in this dessert. Then we need the bread. I've taken 2 slices of bread here. We need around 1.5 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, or you can grind the cinnamon at home and just sort of sieve it. I have some melted salted butter. We are not using unsalted. हम नमक वाला butter ही ले रहे हैं. So this is the salted butter. I'm using some slivered almonds also, just in case. You can use any nuts of your choice. And this is palm sugar. So you can use any sugar that you want, except इस बार don't take the white sugar. आप कोई भी brown sugar ले लें, light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, palm sugar, coconut sugar, whatever you fancy. And then we have thoda sa lemon juice. I've also taken some fresh cream, which I will drizzle over my dessert once it's done. So I'm going to be using these ramekins. I have different types of ramekins that I'll be showing you. So you can take the wider ones, or you can take the deeper ones, whichever you have at home, to make individual desserts, or you can use like a tray to bake them in one go. I'll start by peeling and coring these apples and then cutting them into slices, but make sure you don't cut the slices too thin. So I'll cut them in half, quarter them. I'm now going to remove the core like this. There you have it. The apples are all now cut up and I need to now cut them into slices. But before that, what I'm going to do is, because that step is going to take me another couple of minutes, I don't want my apple to start getting browned. So I'll put them all in a bowl and put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. 1, maybe 1.5. And just give them a toss. And once they're coated nicely with lemon juice, I'll start to chop them up. So this is the size we want, because we want them to retain the shape while we cook them. The apples are all cut up and ready to be cooked. So I have a pan heating up and I'm going to take around 1 tablespoon, 1.5 tablespoon of butter, just so that these are nicely coated. And now I'll drop my apples in. And now I'm going to sprinkle my 1.5 teaspoon of the cinnamon. Give them a nice stir. You want to have it on medium heat because you want the apples to get soft but not mushy and overcooked. The apples are now cooking on low flame and I'm going to let them sit and settle. In the meantime, I'm going to take these bread slices and just break them roughly and put them into a blender to create my breadcrumbs. The apples are still cooking. You see they've started becoming soft. We want them a little bit softer compared to this. And also these are gala apples, which are much sweeter compared to other apples. So if you are using sour apples, then you would require more sugar. I'd reckon that you take the sweeter variety of apples for this recipe. I've processed my bread in the mixer and this is what it looks like, these crumbs. I'm going to take these crumbs in this bowl for the breadcrumb topping. At this point, you can actually smell the aroma of the apples and the cinnamon cooking, and it just is divine. Still want my apples to sweat a little bit more, but I'll be adding my sugar, and it's 1 tablespoon of sugar per apple. So I'm just going to sprinkle 4 tablespoons of sugar, 3 and 4, and give them a mix. And make sure the heat is on low, because you don't want your sugar to caramelize. You want it to nicely melt. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare my breadcrumb topping. To these breadcrumbs, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of the melted butter and 1 tablespoon of sugar first, just to check how much sweetness I require and I like. And I'm going to give it a thorough mix. Gentle mix. My apples are now starting to wilt a little, and this will be a good time for us to preheat the oven. And the oven has to be on the highest setting, because all you need to do is just brown the crumbs on the top, because our apples are cooked. At this point, I've tasted my crumb topping, and for me it's perfect, but those of you who'd like it sweeter can add more sugar, either half a tablespoon or 1 tablespoon. Once I'm happy with my crumb mix, I'm then going to add some slivered almonds to my mix. Roughly 1.5 tablespoon. Mix them well. A good crumb, once ready, should look like this. It's not sticking, it's still like fluffy and separated. I'm happy with my apples now, and it's taken me roughly 12 minutes to get to this stage. So I have my ramekins here, and I'm not going to butter them, just spoon some of my mix in there. And once the apples go in the ramekins, then I'm going to spread my crumb mix on top. And my ramekins are ready to go in the oven. For this, you don't need to worry about the temperature, as I said earlier. They can be on the highest setting. All you need to look for is a brown crumb on the top. I've taken the bake out of the oven now, and it looks like this, a bit goldenish brown on the top, and this is the color you're looking for. While they're warm, I'm just going to drizzle some cream on top before I serve them. So I was able to get these 5 dessert pots from 4 apples and 2 slices of bread. And if you're making it for a dinner party, then you can prepare the mix and keep it in the fridge. And once ready to serve, they can go in the oven. Desserts can be enjoyed warm with a drizzle of fresh cream or a dollop of ice cream. Until I see you again next time, take care.